Hey guys, Skypoint here. Now, if you had watched my stream a couple of days ago, you would have seen me trying to play as Targutai Yesugei and going through a terrible losing streak. Now, after that stream, someone had commented and told me about a very interesting sounding Yesugei build, so I went ahead and put it together, and oh my god, look at this. Out of the last 20 matches that I played, I only lost, I think, like 3 of them, or 4 of them, and apart from that was this long string of victories, including over Kabandha, Curze, where's it gone? Calidus Assassin, Angron, Liman Russ, lost to Sanguinis, but it was a very good player, and so on. So what I wanted to do was actually share the deck with you, and then show you some of the fights against those tricky, aggressive warlords. Alright, let's start with the deck itself. This is very similar to my old deck, but what I did was I took out almost all of the expensive cards and I replaced them with, so I think I took out 4 of the expensive cards, and what I added in was a pair of Tangahi attack bikes, and then of course the main card, Heretechnica. Let's take a look at what Heretechnica does. It's a very uncommonly used tactic. In fact, when it was added, it was derided on the Discord as being useless. But what it does is it gets rid of all of the tactics in your hand, and then for every tactic you removed, you give +1 attack to a friendly vehicle. Now, as you may have seen when I played Yesugei, I can very quickly end up with a full hand of cards which are mostly tactics. So this can actually suddenly boost a relatively weak vehicle into being extremely dangerous. And you can see, of course, my deck has 23 tactics and 7 troops. Alright, before I go and show you the deck, just want to talk about legendary substitutions. This deck only has 2 legendaries in it, Jubal Khan and Manifest Destiny. Of those, Manifest Destiny is probably the more important one. You can live without it. If you really want to, you can replace it with almost any tactic card instead. And then Jubal Khan is actually the optional one. Honestly, I just have him there because I like it. You might be better off with a 6 energy tactic instead of that. So an alternative to Jubal Khan you might want to think about is going to be, let's go over to tactics. Yeah, either 204th Cohort or Ground Defense, or even Ornitholf's Barge if you have that. Alright, so once more, this is the deck. Now let's take a look at some of those wins against the tricky, aggressive Primarchs. We're going to start with, we're going to be looking at Kabandha, Curze, and Angron. Alright, so this is actually a great starting hand. I've got 3 of the 7 troops in the deck already in my hand, so my odds of doing damage with my ability are really good.
I am the master of the storm.
So it starts off, I have the initiative, I pull it out and do damage to him. 3 points of damage, it's already looking really good. He's not playing anything in turn 1, he's just creating more cards and he attacks me. So I went from being 10 points of health behind him to 8 points behind. Another tactic and more damage to him, currently sitting at 6 points behind him. Alright, now he starts bringing in a frontline unit. So I've got many ways I could kill his guy, but I have too many troops in my hand. I want to end up with lots of tactics, so let's just start playing some of those troops out. Comes back to his turn, and he is now dropping off a cultist. Alright. How do I deal with that thing? We are going to drop the second one of these bikes and knock out the cultist. Alright. And there's Heretechnica. Now I'm getting ready to pull it off. Now it'll be my 8 energy turn will be the first time I can do that. Oh no, Eternal Rivalry. This is where that health gap is going to open up. Hits me hard twice in a row. So, I'm now only 13 points of health left, and I am 11 points behind him. Let's close that up. Korma Thunderhawk hits him for 4. Then I use my ability, and I draw a Void Engagement and hit him for another 3. Perfect. So it went from being 11 points behind to just 4 points. Well, oh no, there's another Eternal Rivalry. How hard is he hitting me? He gets me down to 5 health. Alright. Okay, let's do this. We're going to play the Speeder. Because the Speeder has Cleave. We can now use Drilling Sight to give me more energy. Play Void Engagement just because I don't want to feed Void Engagement to Herotechnica. Ah, perfect. I got another Drilling Sight, so I can play that to go up to 4 energy. And I'm just going to play both the Swift Strike, well, one of the Swift Strikes out. And now Herotechnica destroys all my tactics and gives 8 attack over there. Wipes out his board and leaves him on 1 health, which means I can finish him off. So that was Kabandha put down. Let's go ahead and take a look at Conrad Curze. As usual, with Conrad Curze, the main trick is trying to kill him quickly before he becomes the Night Haunter. I kept the Golden Star Rhino. I like having Drilling Sight early on, so I then put away the Artillery Strike. I got Storm Seer's Wisdom. Okay, let's use my ability and get Informant Network. That's moderately useful. There's a lot of stealth units in the Night Lord's deck. He counters with Abandoned Supplies. Okay, so now let's see what comes next. Alright, there's my ability. Drew another Speeder, but I do have 1 energy left, which is enough for a Void Engagement, which hits him for 2 more damage. So currently sitting on 5 points of health behind him, as opposed to 10 at the start. He does bring out Mercy and Forgiveness, and he does what's normally the right thing. I'm a low health warlord, so he goes ahead and tries to be aggressive to knock me down. Okay, since he's trying to be aggressive, let's slow him down a little bit. Heal myself, and now use my Drilling Sight to pull out another card. And there's Manifest Destiny, and he takes more damage right now, even on health. This is perfect. He drops Rule of Fear, which destroys my front line, unfortunately. Okay. And he just goes ahead and hits me. He's only hitting me once that time. Alright. I do want a lot more tactics in my hands. I play Herotechnica. I have a full hand of cards now, which means I will lose the next card which I draw. Ooh, Asteroid Belt. He's racing for it. But he still has no troops. So, I've got a 3-point health lead over him. I have a 2-point health lead over him. Haha. But this sounds like a... Oh man, the card I lost is Herotechnica. Boo. Let's go ahead and just drop another vehicle on him and keep that pressure going. This time I might need to win without Herotechnica. Just hit him down hard. Ooh, he brings in the bike. So he brings in the Predator, which destroys my jet bike. What can I do here? I'm going to use the Thunderhawk on that. Then pull out Informant Network. Nope, Tengahi attack bikes first. Use those instead. Oh, I see. My hand was too full. And I'm saving Informant Network in case he brings in a tricky troop. 6-point health lead, 2 turns to win. Can I do this? Alright, he's got a front line protecting him, so what do we do here? He's feeling confident as well. Jubal Khan for 3 points of damage. We're going to bring the Drilling Sight out and drop an artillery strike on his head. And he doesn't know it, but unless he heals, he's now lost. Okay, he brings in Curze's Chosen, attacks me directly. He sort of messed up there. He should have... Okay, no, never mind, he was fine. Takes out Jubal Khan, and he's feeling pretty cocky. Next turn, he becomes a Night Hunter. He's got powerful troops and front lines in play. But unfortunately, he's facing the White Scars with all the direct damage tactics they have. Skyfire Thunderhawk hits him, and I can choose between Artillery Strike or Swift Strike. So I'm just going to Swift Strike and end this. There you go. Beat Conrad Curze and still had double digits of health left. Okay, let's move on to Angron. Alright, not a great set of cards. I want to have at least one troop in my hand, and I did not get that, but I do have Heretechnica. That'll be useful. Okay, so create a, well, draw a tactic, do some damage to Angron. Worked out well with 3 points of damage there. Goes ahead and hits me, pulls out a Void Engagement. And he is attacking me now. And he damages me. No, wait, I damage him. Oops. Getting confused there. Got distracted by my phone. Haha. Alright, but we're back to a 6-point gap between us. Try and figure out how we handle this now. Now, he seems to be getting worried about the damage he was taking. He's already dropping in his healing / anti-stun units. So let's take them out and do some more damage back to him. Alright. Oh no, it's a Beast of Fyra. Okay, so this turn is going to be high priority taking out the Beast. We're going to drop the Skyfire Thunderhawk on it. There we go. And then we are going to use Swift Strike on that thing, and the Beast is gone. Goldstones. With Sweeping Advance, oh man, this is going to be a painful turn. 9 points of damage coming to me. Here it goes. So he comes and he hits me very hard. So I have 10 points of health left. I'm sitting 14 points behind Angron. How can I turn this around? Let's use Wonders of Tiska first to buy me a little more time. Gonna draw a card. Great, it's a tactic. And let's use Void Engagement to pull out a Drilling Site. That's useful. So now I can hold off on that until I need it. Okay, there's some damage done there to both of us. What was that? That was one. Okay, I didn't quite see. Oh, that was an attack, right? Of course. All right, so he used Halls of. Where's it gone there? Orders from Terra, not Halls of Terra. 6 health left, so let's buy me more time. There's Manifest Destiny. There's the Drilling Site to give me more energy, and there's a Rhino to give me a bit more health and be a front line. Okay, so rescuing that a little bit now, I've got the equivalent of 13 points of health, and Angron has 16. So only 3 points behind him. He's doing a lot more healing. That's actually pretty uncommon, I think, to see. Obviously, he's got those troops in his deck to unstun him, but he knows that White Scars don't have much stunning abilities, so he's comfortable playing them out for health. Let's just drop an Artillery Strike. There we go. And hit him once. So we have about the equivalent amount of health at this moment. He's playing Remembrancer Order already, but that's actually enough. Between his attack and Artillery Strike, he can clear out my front line. And he's doing 2 points of damage to me. Okay, so we're both on the equivalent of 13 points of health. Getting close to finishing him, but now I just need a lot more tactics. Let's just keep pressure going on him as well. He now has 7 points of health left, and I have the equivalent of 13. So I've sort of taken the lead now. Well, not sort of, I have. But he's closing that rapidly. He hits me with a mortar strike. And he then attacks me directly. That breaks my survivor open. But that's it. Unfortunately for him, it's over at this point. Let's draw one more card. And now, here come the Tangahi attack bikes.
I have not slept since Prospero.
And we drop Heretechnica. My entire hand is tactic, so they get a giant boost of +6 and finish off Angron. Alright, before I round off, let's just go back and end on the screen of the deck again. So there we go, this is the deck. It's actually interesting, it's very effective without many legendary cards. Of the legendaries, as I mentioned, Manifest Destiny is probably the most important one. You can live without Jubal Khan. Alright, what do you guys think? Do you want to try it out? Let me know. I found this deck is working. I'm actually going to be doing a stream using this to try and climb up the ladder a bit for the month end very shortly. And yeah, hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun playing as Targutai Yesugei. Alright, until my next video, bye for now everyone.